Hey everybody, I'm here in the boat and I'm rigging up a few last things on this new Tracker Grizzly. This is a 1754 that I've put the tunnel hole in. I've got the jet drive on. Truly my favorite boat just to go fun fishing in. But one of my favorite things, one of my favorite accessories to put on this boat is this tackle caddy from RAILBLAZA. You may see this one up here. I've actually got one already on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the process of putting one of these together once you get one. They come with some instructions. I've already pulled those out, and it's extremely simple, but in case you're not so much a black and white paper learner, I want to walk you through that on this video and show you what comes in the box as well as how easy this thing is to put together. You're going to have two bags, one that's got some hardware in it, one that's got some bungee cord in it that you're going to use here in a little bit, and then you're going to have all of your pieces. So this largest single piece is called a back plate. This little thin piece is your top. This is the front. That kind of makes sense. And you've got a couple sides as well as the base. That's going to be the piece we need to start with. And then look closely in here at that base. And on the left side, it's got an A. The right side's got a B. And then both fronts have C's that are kind of in a square. So your next step is to take your sides, these little side parts. So it's got 4 tabs, 2 on top, 2 on the bottom. That larger tab is labeled with a C. These are identical parts. Look at your base, and then you got to make it to where that C fits where the C is on that. Match up those C's, snap each one of those into place. Got my C's lined up. Okay, we've got the base, we've got the 2 sides snapped in. So next up is to take the back plate. We're going to take it on the back of there where it's got the A and the B. On the bottom of that base, it's got A and B. So take those, line those up, push it into place. Just make sure that it's all snapped into place very well. Okay, so you can see it's starting to take shape now. Next up is going to be the front. We're going to line that up. So now you can see we've almost got it completely assembled. Last up, take the top, because start at one end with that top. Start over here at one side, push it down onto the back plate, and then kind of work it onto the side as well as the back plate as you come around with it. Working all the way across. I just like to go over it again just to make sure everything's seated really well. And it is. So now we've got in our hardware bag, we're going to open this up and dump it out. But there are going to be 8 very small Phillips head screws, and there are 2 that go in the top, 1 on each end. It's easy to tell where those go, and then 6 that go in the bottom. So we're going to put those 8 screws in next, and this thing will be fully assembled. Now it is assembled minus 1 piece. Our other bag here, it's got this bungee cord material in it. We're gonna open that up, and then it has 3 pull tabs in here as well. I'm gonna use just 1 piece of this bungee cord. That's all I'm gonna use. It's got enough to do across the back, which is the one I'm gonna do. And then if you want to add it for here to hold your like scissors or pliers or something to have a bungee cord across that, you can. And it's also got one that goes across here that you can do to hold those pliers down. In this boat, it doesn't go fast enough. Even going down the highway, I don't ever have to worry about anything bouncing out. So I'm not gonna put those on, just this one across the back, because I do use a lot of bags of soft plastics that I'll put down in here. I certainly don't want those blowing away. So go through that top hole, run you some out, take that pull tab, thread it onto there, okay. And then go back out this other hole over here. Okay, now over here, you're gonna want to tie a knot. It doesn't take a real big one, but do leave yourself a little bit of slack. Leave yourself a little bit of tag. You can always trim that off, but I'll show you why. So I'm gonna pull that down. I've probably got 1.5 inches or so of tag right there. But when you really start pulling on that knot, it will actually roll a little bit on that bungee cord. So if you tied it real close to the end, you can actually roll it off. So I don't tie it real close. I can always trim that off. Now I'm going to take my little pull tab. I'm gonna hook it under that hook right there in the front. So that is how it will be once it's actually done. Now I can kind of set the amount of tension that I want to have. I just pull it good and snug and kind of mark that with my fingers on this back part right here. That's where that's at. I'm gonna pull out enough slack, probably a couple inches worth, to where I can tie another knot on this edge. So now I've got that set the way I want it. I can double check it. I like how much tension that has, so it's loose there. Right under the hook is good and tight. Again, pull on both sides of that. It's not gonna slip anymore. And trim the ends off of that. So there you go. You've got a fully assembled tackle caddy now, and it is ready. If you're working with VersaTrack, it's got the screws for that. Other track systems, it's got those larger headed screws for those, and you can also just hard mount that to to a console or anywhere else that you want to put it. Hope you've enjoyed this. This is a fantastic product. Hope you'll check it out.
RAILBLAZA. Hold everything.